Hi, I'm Jeff Haynes, editor at Tech Bargains, and today we're bringing you a video review of the Lenovo IdeaCentre K330 Desktop. Now when it comes to gaming desktops, Lenovo probably isn't a name at the top of your list, but the company known for its business machines is flexing its muscle in the gaming arena by claiming that its K-series provides raw power for serious gamers. The question is, obviously, if you're a hardcore gamer, should you consider upgrading to this tower? The K330 is the highest model number in the K-series, and the particular model that we reviewed was the middle of the three model configurations that Lenovo offers. This comes with an Intel Core i5-2500 processor running at 3.3 GHz with 8 GB of DDR3 RAM. The system also packed an Nvidia GeForce GT 440 graphics card, along with 1 TB hard drive spinning at 7200 RPM. Completing some of the specs were a Blu-ray reader DVD burner combo drive, 15-in-1 memory card reader, 8 USB 2.0 ports, and HDMI output. Now clearly, when you have a system that packs a Core i5 and 8 gigs of RAM, you expect it not to be a slouch with day-to-day operations. The K330 didn't disappoint in this arena, handling general tasks and many multi-purpose workloads without any problems. The system was incredibly responsive, never struggled or slowed under typical real-world workloads, and started up in less than a minute. Along with the solid system performance was the added bonus that the K330 wasn't packed with extraneous bloatware. We didn't find ourselves wading through tons of trialware, toolbars, or other stuff that takes loads of time to uninstall or forcibly quit before we could use the system. That doesn't mean that there weren't some elements of bloatware that we had to suffer through, like McAfee's constantly annoying trial software pop-ups. However, for the most part, we didn't have to struggle with cleaning up the system before we started using the desktop. We also found some rather slick design choices with the K330, starting with the aesthetic style of the system. The K330 is much more attractive than many of the desktops Lenovo released years ago. Instead of the tin can tower design that older systems consistently featured, the new K330 packs a combination of brushed black aluminum, subtle orange trim along the top and bottom of the tower, and slick glossy accents. With the compact size of the system, it was very easy to store it anywhere we wanted. This meant that if we didn't feel the need to have it take up desk space, we could easily store it below without a problem. It was great that Lenovo made sure that the system was as great to look at along with its function. There were two other design features we really liked for the tower. For one thing, we loved the fact that we didn't ever have to reach for a single screwdriver or tool to crack open the case or access any internal parts of the system. Whether it was inclusion of thumb screws to hold the side panel in place or toolless caddies, we never needed a separate device. Given that you frequently have to pay lots of extra cash for such a user-friendly perk, we were very happy to see it with the K330. Similarly, we really liked the handle on top of the K330, which made carrying the tower from room to room or over to a LAN party extremely easy. These are the touches that gamers want to see in a system. Unfortunately, the pros didn't completely outweigh the cons with the K330. In particular, we ran into a few problems with Lenovo's claim that the system offered raw power for serious gamers. With our tests, we found that the Nvidia GT 440 was just too underwhelming to support this statement. It doesn't mean that you can't game with the card. It's far from it. We found that the performance was excellent with Left 4 Dead 2, and Far Cry 2 was definitely solid, but a game that demanded more from the system really brought it to its knees. Lost Planet 2, for example, wasn't playable until we turned the graphics settings to low, and that also carried over to other DirectX 11 games. It might seem extreme, but it's a clear indication that this isn't a graphics card for serious gamers. Even worse was the fact you simply couldn't replace the video card in the K330 without having to factor in the incredibly weak power supply unit. While the Hunt Key device had a serious amount of weight, indicating its quality, the wattage for the device was a mere 280 watts, and it didn't have any 6-pin or 8-pin PCI Express connectors for higher-end cards. Simply put, the stock supply can't handle a video card upgrade, so if you want to upgrade your CPU, you better plan on throwing down extra cash to also upgrade your PSU as well. That's not the hallmark of a system for serious gamers or modders that like to tweak their machines to get the best performance for their favorite experiences. It's great that it's so easy to get into the K330, but the messy interior left us scratching our heads. There are no braided cables or cable management, and with the exception of strategically placed zip ties, there is no organization present at all. At least nothing that someone that works on a computer on a frequent basis would want to own up to. We couldn't help but wonder who was responsible for the extremely cluttered state of the K330. Another disappointment was the sliding power dial on the front of the system that's supposed to affect how it runs and performs. Users are presented with cool, auto, and turbo settings, which you would think would allow the desktop to run cooler, run faster, or automatically adjust to meet system needs. It sounds like a great idea and something that would be useful, if it actually worked. In our tests, we didn't notice a single difference apart from shifting the colors of the LED flames running down the center of the case from red to blue to green. Finally, the mouse and the keyboard included with the package don't scream gamer at all. The keyboard, while thin and flat so it's easy to carry, isn't as responsive as a chiclet-style keyboard and even relies upon the old PS2 connection port. The mouse is an extremely vanilla USB mouse without any side buttons, programmable or customizable gaming profiles, or bells and whistles of any kind. Given that there are plenty of gamers looking for any edge in their games, whether it's preset macros or boosts to their APM, these extremely basic devices wouldn't be allowed near a hardcore gaming machine. The K330 Desktop is a powerful machine that handles most day-to-day tasks without any problems whatsoever. We liked how quietly the system ran, its aesthetic looks, and the fact that the toolless design let us get inside the machine whenever we wanted. Unfortunately, to claim that the K330 provides raw power for serious gamers is a bit of a stretch. The keyboard and the mouse simply won't meet the needs of most hardcore gamers, the video card isn't the strongest one on the market, and the low wattage power supply doesn't provide enough power or any PCI Express connectors for future upgrades. This won't cut it for most hardcore gamers, who simply won't see the K330 as a high-end gaming machine. For these reasons, we decided to give the Lenovo IdeaCentre K330 Desktop a 2.5 out of 5. For more reviews on the latest products, as well as coupons and deals on systems like the Lenovo K330, be sure to check out techbargains.com.